welcome back to Gila's Tap House, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Average Joe Beer Connoisseur. It has been a while. I know last time I said I wasn't going to do any IPAs next time, and I will live up to that promise. It's taken me about a month, but I am going to do that. If you follow me on Instagram or on Tap, you've probably noticed that it's been a busy month for me. I have tried a lot of different beers, done some different things. So as long as you follow me on those social media pages, you at least can keep up with what's going on. October for me is a very much hated relationship. There is a little bit of love in there, but mostly hate. You know, the days are noticeably shorter. Nobody really likes that. Daylight savings time isn't here yet, so I can definitely tell it's getting dark sooner. I'm afraid of the dark, so that's a big negative. The weather constantly changes. You don't know if it's going to be hot, if it's going to be cold. A couple weekends ago, we were all at a beer fest. Got sunburnt because it was like 80 some degrees, and this weekend I was in a winter jacket. Weather in October is crazy. And lastly, and most importantly, it is the spooky season of the year. I'm terrified of everything. My dog is terrified of everything. So your little decorations that you think are cute, you think they're funny, you know, your decapitated corpses, people hanging in a tree, all that stuff that people love about Halloween, I hate it. Especially this one house right down the road that I walk past every morning. He's got a clown in the window, or it's actually this door, and I swear it follows me. And my dog hates it. He wants to fight it. So your little decorations literally take years off of my life every October. And they add hours onto my daily walk because my dog wants to fight and argue and destroy everything. So maybe be a little more courteous to me and chickens like me about this time of year. And one other thing that I really don't like about October is the major styles of beer that come out in October are not my go-tos. Fest beers, Oktoberfest, pumpkin beers, you know, they're just not my thing that I go to a brewery and I want to get. Now you're like, well, AJBC, why would you do a show with these beers that you're not a big fan of? Well, it is the season. I can still appreciate a good one, so I found some good ones, and I'm going to do it for you. And now you're also like, well, pretty hypocritical of you, I know, and it's even more if you look at that little bucket back there. I brewed a pumpkin ale for the holidays, Imperial Pumpkin, it's like 9%, so I'm being really hypocritical. And let me explain why I have a little bit of hatred for pumpkins. A lot of people brew pumpkin beers without using pumpkins. They just add all the pumpkin spices, so the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the allspice, some add some pecans and stuff, and they think they can get by. But I'm not a basic white bitch. Like, pumpkin spice doesn't do it for me. When I drink a pumpkin beer, I need it to taste like pumpkin. So a lot of places will make these fake pumpkin beers. They'll call them pumpkin beers, but really they're just like a pumpkin spice beer, and that just does not do it for me. To me, those beers are like a set of fake titties that were poorly done. They were poorly done. You can tell they're poorly done, but you still look at them and you're like, I want to touch them, maybe motorboat them, do something about it. And then you do, and you realize it's not as good as the real thing. You're extremely disappointed, cheated on your wife for nothing, and you don't really know what to do with yourself or to explain it. So those imitation pumpkin beers are a disaster. Real ones are good. There's one called Pumpkinator though, and it is actually the whole reason that I've decided to brew a pumpkin beer this year, because I had it last year and it was fantastic. Tastes like pumpkin pie. There's also a pumpkin smoothie sour out there that is fantastic. So they do make really good pumpkin beers that I love and I would love to drink this time of year, but a lot of places make those imitation ones that just really put me the wrong way. All that noise you're hearing is my dog. He is morbidly obese at 120 pounds, so he's going to be making some noise. Just ignore him. So, all right, into my reviews. That was a little bit of a tangent there. I guess I should say why I do love Halloween, so I gave all those reasons why I hate it. I love Halloween for a couple reasons. One, everyone dresses slutty, which is awesome. I love to party in my underwear anyway. I always have my shirt off. Most of the time it's in my underwear. If I'm going to party, I'm going to do it right. This time of year, everyone parties in their underwear, and I just feel like everyone's finally on my level of funness. So that helps. Besides St. Patrick's Day, Halloween's got to be the number one drinking time of the year. Gotta be, hands down, I would say. Some say the 4th of July, but I'm saying Halloween is more of a party. 4th of July is more of a cookout day drinking kind of thing. It's a little different to me. And yeah, that's pretty much the only reason really that I love Halloween. If I think of another one, I'll tell you why that I don't absolutely hate October. So, all right, first up we have Great Lakes Brewing Company Oktoberfest. And this Oktoberfest is heavily distributed, so you should be able to find it. And what's also really nice about this is the number 3 ranked Märzen, however you want to say it, style in the world, which is Oktoberfest. What's funny thing about this type of beer, this is what you're going to find when you see Oktoberfest anywhere. It's going to be mainly this style, the Marzen, but it's called Marzen. It's German, and German actually means March. So this used to be brewed in March, and their Fest beers are what used to be brewed for Oktoberfest or the Fest beer season. But since craft culture got real popular here in America, this has become the go-to Oktoberfest. This is what the judges rated on. This is how things are now. This bad boy's coming in at 6.5%. And let's just go ahead and try it. See, that one I could crush all day. Number 3 ranked in the world. It has everything it's supposed to have to it. So, Marzen are supposed to be amber colored, which you can see, amber lighter color. They're going to be very malty, very sweet. They're going to have a nice little bit of hop bitterness, just a little bit, just to kind of offset all the sweetness, which that has. And you're going to have like a biscuity, bready kind of aroma coming off the top of it. That's very common. And the reason it's ranked number 3 is because it has all of those things. It does just that when you have it. Drinkability is very easy. This style is what they brewed to party with. You know, and I'm one to party. So Oktoberfest, I always go to it. Well, I don't always go to it. I shouldn't say that. I'm going in 2021. I always go have an Oktoberfest party somewhere. And here in Cincinnati, we have the number 2 largest Oktoberfest in the world next to Munich, Germany. So we do go. I do enjoy my Oktoberfest. Beers, they're okay. But the party itself is fantastic. So this right here, drinkability, that's what it's designed for. You're drinking all day. You're going to be drinking with a bunch of your best buds. Goes down pretty smooth. Taste for style, taste for everything that it's supposed to taste like. After you have a bunch of them, some of them linger, some have like a potent taste, and it just kind of sits there. This one is not light. It's very good. Final overall rating, I'm probably going to give it a 3/4 pour. Number 3 in the world for the style. It's a full pour for sure. For my taste buds, though, I really don't want much more than 3/4. Yeah, 3/4 is probably pretty safe. So next up, we have the pumpkin. This is a barrel pumpkin ale from Kentucky. This bad boy comes in at 10%. Kentucky is real big into bourbon. This place pretty much does everything through bourbon barrels. They all have higher alcohol content. And what I like about this beer is it's not an imitation pumpkin beer. It's not a pumpkin spice beer. Yes, they had the brown sugar. Yes, they had the nutmeg. Yes, they had the cinnamon, the allspice, the pecans. They added all of that. But they brewed it with pumpkin. And that is what really stood out to me when I drank it, is that you could taste the pumpkin. They got a nice color here. So they kind of, I'm not sure what malt background they went with. They actually went with like more of a pale malt background. That might be getting a little too complicated. But normally when you make a beer like this, you want something that has like the sweetness really pop out of it. But the colors that they've picked, you know, it has a little bit of a malty background, but not really. I think the color is more coming from the pumpkin than anything. So I think what sets this one apart from other pumpkins throughout the year, it's got nice cinnamon, it's got good pumpkin flavor, but it's also got that bourbon taste on it, which is very neat. So, drinkability, at 10% it is very smooth, but you're not crushing it. You're going to milk it, you're going to sip on it, you know, you're going to really cherish it. Taste for style, it's got the pumpkin taste that I like, and it's got the heavy cinnamon, and it's a little bit sweet from brown sugar added. I really like that. 10% will put you down, that's for sure. I think overall rating, I'm probably going to go with another 3/4 pour. It's very good. I've had better pumpkin. The Pumpkinator out of St. Arnold, I really wish I had one to review for you guys. I was trying to get one for December. December I do an advent calendar, so all my reviews in December are going to be full bombers, and that's what it comes in. So I was really trying to get one for that, but I did not snag one. Maybe I'll keep trying, but I think my problem is nothing's going to live up to that pumpkin beer. It's so good. And it's the number 1 in the world. So like that doesn't help things. That's still really good. This is heavily distributed. You can probably find this in most places. Anywhere that they sell the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale is what this is. The backbone of this basically is, or the coffee stout that they make. You can probably find this. This is only seasonal. You can't get it all year round. So I would look for it now through Thanksgiving. Up next, we have, I always have to look at it because I can't remember how to say it, Weihenstephaner. It's a fest beer. So this is the beer that I was talking about that they would originally brew in October. So this fest beer, this is out of a brewery in Germany near Bavaria, and this is original. This is going on a lot of years. If you remember, I did a show way back with the Sierra with an Oktoberfest that was made by Sierra Nevada and these guys. And at that time, it was the number 2 Oktoberfest in the world. But I think since then, the rankings have changed on it. Like I think they've dropped, mainly because I think they're changing the style of what the beer was, because it wasn't quite a Marzen like this. It was more of a fest beer. So that might have been it. Really good. So let's go ahead and try this. I've been looking forward to this one. Now, as you can see, this is really light. This is a lager. So fest beers are lagers, which means they're fermented cold and they have different yeast and things. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but so I've never had this before. It's my first time trying it. I do like Hofbrauhaus. If you've ever been to one of those, they have a really good fest beer around this time of year. So let me go ahead and try this. So it does have that real lager-like taste, but it's a very full-bodied beer, which is nice. A lot of lagers to me feel lighter, but this is a very full-bodied beer. It's got a nice, decent hop profile to it. Not like a bitterness hop profile. They use more like a noble hop or something, a noble hop or something. It's pretty good. Drinkability, I could house that, no problem. If I'm at Oktoberfest in 2021, and that's an option, I'm drinking all of those. That's really good. Taste for style, tastes like a fest beer. It's quite flavorful. It's described, everything is described as it tastes like, so I'm gonna give it that. And actually for this one, I think I'm gonna go overall rating of, let me try one more time. I'm gonna go full pour. I'm a big fan of this. I just like the way it tastes. It's really good, very easy to kick back and throw back some of them. I'm glad I got to try this one for the first time. I might have to buy a couple more for next year. This is coming in at 5.8%, so it's probably one of the lighter beers I've ever reviewed, but it's pretty good stuff. So I do like that one. Full pour. We'll give it a full pour. Tripping over myself a little bit. Not really sure because I'm trying to be fair for the rating of these beers. But the overall ratings are still my true honest opinion. And last up we have Rivertown's Headless Willie. This comes in at 8.1%. This is brewed out of Rivertown, Pennsylvania, not Rivertown, Ohio. So there's 2 breweries, same name, 2 different things, not related. This brewery was actually going under. They filed for bankruptcy 2 years ago, and they had a bunch of, well, they not a bunch, but they had a couple, 2 or 3 different tap rooms across Pittsburgh, and now I think they're only down to 1, if that one's even still open. But you can still buy this beer, you can still get this. This was picked up in October, so this is still out there. I went to the brewery, and I liked a lot of their stuff. I think it was just more of a business venture that didn't work out for them. They overextended themselves. So this is a pumpkin beer. What's different about this pumpkin beer is this one. I don't know if you can see it in the light. They probably look similar on camera. But there is a difference in color. This was an Imperial Red Ale malt base. So it's going to taste a little bit different as like an amber background as this one. So let me go ahead and try that. This is one of my favorite pumpkin beers of the season. So they brew this one, it's an Imperial Red, but they brew it with pumpkin, but they add a lot of cinnamon and brown sugar, and that really comes out. But I don't know if they add pumpkin in the secondary, because you get like a really strong pumpkin taste that lingers for a while, and that's really nice. So you get the sweetness up front, it's on your tongue, it's very pleasurable, you like it, and then you get pumpkin, and then the pumpkin sits there, and I'm a big fan of that. So drinkability, 8%, you can't tell it's 8%. It's easy drinking, there's no booze taste to it at all. This is probably that brewing company's best beer. It's fantastic. Easy to drink. Taste for style, it tastes like a pumpkin. It does not taste like one of those fake imitation pumpkin beers that are all pumpkin spice. There is a lot of heavy spice to this, but it's not overpowering. There is some serious pumpkin taste to it, which is really nice, really balances out. Fun overall rating. I'm gonna give that one a full pour. I really like it. Very casual to drinking as well. You could crush them, but I probably wouldn't, because of how the pumpkin lingers in your mouth. It actually tastes better the more it sits there. The more it's sitting in my mouth, I want to drink more of it. So, pretty solid stuff. Yeah, so that gets through me on my beer. I have more stories this time than I did beer, but hey, that's okay. It happens. I do have one more for you. I told my wife that I was doing a pumpkin and Oktoberfest kind of show today, and I told her to grab me something that would fit. So she knows that I'm doing a Halloween show, so let's see what she came up with. I told her what beer, so hopefully she didn't replicate them at all. Okay, so we have Listerman's Satisfied. Satisfied is a 7% pastry stout. It's brewed with chocolate, caramel, peanuts, and lactose. So this beer is that this just released. This is actually quite fitting for Halloween because what do you get on Halloween? You get candy. And what's this beer? It's called Satisfied for what reason? It's basically a Snickers. So let me go ahead and pour some of this in here so we can give it a good old college try. So on this glassware that I have, this is New Holland's Dragon Milk. It is designed to drink, heavy stouts and different things out of, so it shouldn't affect the taste of that. They make a package with their s'mores around Christmas time. If you can't get it, it comes with 2 glasses, basically for the price of the bomber. Super good beer too, so make sure you can find that. So let me smell it. Wow. The nose on this, heavy peanut butter. So if you like, peanuts, I guess. If you like peanuts and you like peanut butter, that's what's on this nose. It's very heavy. It smells even smells kind of salty. It's pretty nice. That's some good stuff. Heavy peanut, but you get the chocolate, you get a little bit of caramel on there at the end, and the lactose, mainly for the mouthfeel. But it tastes like everything that says it's in there. Strong peanut taste. If you like peanuts, that's what's in this. Yeah, drinkability, it's very easy. It's a 7%er. Easy drinking 7%er though. Very, very nice. Taste for style. It says it's going to taste like a candy bar. It does taste pretty much like a candy bar. Overall rating, full pour for sure. Hands down. It's so good. They did make one called Lay a Finger, and it was a peanut butter or a Butterfinger stout. They use like peanuts, peanut butter, and different things in it. And that it knocked my socks off. The group of people I was with, and we all tried it at the same time. We all thought it was fantastic, and we ended up getting more and more and more because it was that good. It's not as good as their Butterfinger one. Still delicious, but not as good. So that pretty much wraps it up. Wanted to give a shout out to everyone that has been watching the videos, have been sharing the videos. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Untappd, understand what's going on. Especially because the video is supposed to be every 2 weeks, and now they're getting monthly whenever I can do them. Been a busy man. Things should settle down here. Definitely stick tuned. We're going to try to do it every 2 weeks here in November, but December, make sure you pay attention because every day I'm going to be doing a different bomber. I probably won't upload a video every day. I might just, try them and put the videos all in one and release it every 2 weeks or something. But a lot of great beer that only come in bombers, special release beers, hard to find stuff that should all, hopefully, fingers crossed, be knockouts that you're going to like. So share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, add me on Untappd so you can help book a flight so I can tell you what to get. And shout out to my friend Coke, who was able to give me this awesome brewery shirt that says Dildo on it. Dildo Brewing Company and Museum. And according to him, we're not really sure why it says museum. I don't know if somewhere in the back there's just like a history of dildos throughout time. Like this is what Mary Magdalene used. This is what the hookers now use. I don't know. He says he wasn't sure why there was a museum, but I think it's hilarious that it's on there. I love the name, and he got me one called Stout Dildo. So make sure you get me on Untappd because I'm going to be checking that in. Pretty pumped about it. I love the name. It's hilarious. So thanks again, broski. Thanks everyone for watching. Appreciate it. And as always, happiness is just a flight away. Till next time, bros.